Hey guys, today we're talking to Christine from the Dental Edition. We're going to be talking all things teeth, these things, and how we can look after them, and how we should be looking after them next time we're at the pub, if they ever reopen. Good couple of chats on here, so let's get going. Let's get our teeth stuck into it.
Hi.
Hey Christine, how are you? Welcome to Drink with Owen.
Hi, how are you going?
Yeah,
well,
good.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for coming on. So we've got a bit of a different drink today, which I'm really excited about. What have we got? And you're going to show me how to make the proper one, which could be controversial.
Yes, so today I've chosen, which is probably a drink I usually have every day anyway, is the good old trusty Milo.
Milo, I've got one here as well.
Milo, yeah, you've got your Milo.
Yes.
Mine's a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I think, and I learned this, and this is the reason why I've always loved Milo, and I wanted to drink Milo on here today, was because the way that I make it, I found out, and I didn't know, but it's like, they call it like the Asian way to make it.
Right, okay.
And so, I had friends come over and say, oh, look, do you want a Milo? And then I'd say, I make them a Milo, and they'd look at me and be like, what are you doing? So this is the way I make it. This is the Asian way to make Milo.
Okay.
I learned very quickly this is not the accepted way to make Milo, but you can try it. And
well, hopefully we'll get some angry comments as good engagement for the video. So
I probably will. Like, I'll probably get a message from the CEO of Milo when it's like,
oh, at least they're watching. All right, so how do I do it? So I've got my tablet. So I put Milo in first?
So you'll need the three ingredients you'll need. Make sure you've got a pen and paper if you're going to do this at home.
Yeah.
Because it's lengthy. So we've got some hot water in a mug or
I've got it in a little
your
drink, yeah.
container, perfect. And then you've got your Milo and your milk of choice. You can do like almond milk. I'm using lactose-free milk because, stay off the lactose for me. And then, even though there's probably lactose in Milo.
Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to cut down on my sugar.
Yeah. So now what you're going to do is get your hot water, and you're going to put your hot water into your
How much?
the vessel. You're going to probably like just below halfway.
Oh, below, that's a lot of water.
Yeah, the liquid of the hero liquid in this is the water. So mine's already filled.
Oh, well, I'll put like that much.
Yeah, perfect. That's good. And then, so now that you've got your cup of hot water, you just grab your Milo and your teaspoon. And so I'm just going to, just heap some teaspoons in there. And you know what? It depends on the day how I feel. No, you just keep going.
Like half a tub or?
I like to do like 4 teaspoons, to be honest.
Oh, I'll put like 3 tablespoons, so that's probably too much. But
no, that's good. And then you want to mix it. And you'll start to see the Milo dissolve.
Yeah.
Very chocolatey now. And then you're going to get your milk. And then you're just going to fill it up to the rest of the way. And that's it. There's your Milo drink. And you can put it back in the microwave if you want to keep it hot.
This is more
but
like
essentially, pardon?
Would you describe this as like a hot Milo, or is this like your cold?
Yeah, this is a hot Milo.
Yeah, okay.
But then you'd put it back in the microwave. But I like it this temperature. It's like kind of lukewarm. Bit strange.
You're also doing a bit of a side project we want to talk about today called the Dental Edition. Just want to give us a quick rundown of what you're doing there and what's it all about?
Yeah, so after obviously we graduated and everyone went and did their own kind of thing, I moved into the dental industry. So my mum wanted me to be a dentist, but obviously my score wasn't high enough. So I was like, what do I do now? So I got into dental assisting and then did that for about 10 years. And then I went to uni to become an oral health therapist, which is essentially a dentist for kids.
Yeah.
And after graduating last year, I realized that there's not a lot of pretty accurate online resources for that kind of stuff like teeth. And there's a lot of really bad stigmas around the dentist and teeth. So I thought, why not create a platform where somebody approachable can kind of debunk all these dental myths and give some dental information that isn't somebody who's trying to charge you $2,000 for some dental treatment.
Yeah, it's really
so
I know I've sort of come to you, I'm sure you hate it. I've come to you when I've got any little...
I love it.
I'm like, hey, what are you up to? P.S. What's wrong with my gums? But we're on Drink with Owen, so I thought I'd ask you, is there any sort of myths or tips or anything to do with, I guess, drinking alcohol and our teeth that we should be aware of?
Yeah, so when I, in practice, so when I do, my exams and my checkups on patients, a really common thing that I see is people that are drinking a lot of things like, wines and beers and all this, like all the good stuff.
Yeah.
And you can actually read it through you can kind of see it in somebody's teeth. So then I look at their teeth and then say, oh, do you drink wine regularly? And they're like, oh, how did you know? So I kind of go and tell them things like wine and beers and stuff, even though it's part of, like our lives and we all drink it and we all consume it, it can be really, to a point, really harmful for your teeth if you're not looking after your teeth properly. So I suppose I just wanted to put some cool information out there that people might not have known about alcohol and teeth, and also not deter you away from, drinking or anything, but things that you can do to help with that kind of stuff. So the main thing is, and you asked me this question yesterday, what's the worst drink for your teeth? And I suppose in simple terms, the worst drink for your teeth is anything that you're sipping over a long period of time.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're
we'll be sculling our drinks, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so shots all round, all day, every day, tequila, vodka. Don't worry about all the other stuff. Without getting too much into detail and too sciencey and all that kind of stuff, essentially the mouth works in a pH system. And if that pH becomes too acidic, then we get holes and other things that happen to our teeth. If we're drinking a beer, which in its pH is quite acidic, and you're drinking that over a long, long period of time and you're sipping on it all throughout the day, that kind of the pH of your mouth doesn't have time to recover back to normal, and it's always in that acidic state. Yep. And in that acidic state is where we get holes. Yep. So if you're sipping your beer all throughout the day, you're in that kind of risk area where you're going to get holes. If you're sipping it and then, or if you're drinking it and then you're like, no, I've had my beer, sculled my bottle and then I'm good for the day, give yourself a bit of a break. It gives your teeth and your mouth some time to recover back into that normal kind of that level where it's not so acidic. So giving yourself a break between drinks and having drinks between meals is going to help, rather than sipping on it throughout the whole day.
So that's good to hear. So there's people that maybe to stop hangovers, they might have like a glass of water every second pint or something like that. Could that help your teeth then as well if you're sort of swilling your mouth out with clear water, or is that not really going to do that?
Yeah, I suppose, because as in, does it help with hangovers? Or does it help with...
the teeth thing. Like if I'm having 3 pints of cider, then I'm drinking the water and it's sort of clearing my mouth, I guess, from the cider, and then I go back to... But would that help at all, or not really?
Yeah, 100%. So if you can, and I know when you get to that stage where you're like having a few drinks, the last thing you think about is...
I'm like, my teeth.
No, my teeth. Hang on, guys, my teeth. On that note, another fact that I thought I'd, throw in there that's not necessarily teeth related, that I learned if you accompany your alcoholic drink with a fizzy drink, so if you're going to have like
gin and tonic?
Gin and tonic, or like something with an acidic drink, our guts have this little valve called a pyloric valve, and what it does is the bubbles kind of relax it. Yep. So what that does is it lets the alcohol move into the bloodstream quicker. So if you're going to have something, if you want to get drunk quicker, have something bubbly with your alcohol. So have like your raspberry vodka rather than like an orange juice or vodka orange juice. Not good for your teeth. But just on another note is if you want to get drunk quicker, I just thought that was a really cool fact that at uni they taught us, and I was like, oh wow, that is cool. So I always go vodka soda now.
Because I know a guy, and he's diabetic, and he used to drink like a bourbon, but with Diet Coke. And I'm not sure the fact, and I don't have the little stats for you, but it was something to do with a diet drink because there's not less sugar in it or there's sweetener. It affects you differently. Like you get drunk quicker on diet drinks. Is that anything related, or is that just a fun fact?
I don't know. I haven't heard look, how about I try that one? I'll put that to the test and then I'll get back to you. But I haven't heard that one. I don't know. Maybe it's to do with the artificial sweetener in it. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. But it's interesting. I find those interesting. I find that everyone has that drinks a little tip that they try and do, or something that they try and do on a night out, and then when they share it with you, and it's completely false. But then you tell other people that, and then you're sharing this false story.
Yeah. It's actually, I put too much milk, I think, because it's not as.
Well, I thought it needs more milk. It seems like really watery.
That's what makes it different. It's just so much water.
We all have some stories from a night out, whether one's drinking, maybe we're a designated driver, or we've seen something else going on. What have you got for us? Have you got something?
Yes. So my story, it's not necessarily. It's not a drunk story, but it is a story about going out. Because I think I did get drunk by the end of it, but the exciting stuff happened beforehand. So it was probably, it was a good, way back now, maybe 8 years ago. Me and a girlfriend decided to take a trip to Sydney just for fun. And back then there was this club, and I don't know if it's still open. It's called the Ivy, I think it is, in Sydney. Yeah. It's like multi-level. It's so cool. And we were like, wouldn't it be cool to go to Sydney and just have a banger night out and then just come back to Melbourne and so me and my girlfriend at the time were like, yeah, let's go. Shout out to Jordana. Wild times. So we jumped on a plane to Sydney, and what I didn't know is you don't need your passport or you don't need ID to travel domestic. You can just jump on a plane. And so we'd gone in, I'd jumped on the plane, and I'd realised I had no ID, I had no passport, no licence, nothing on me, and we're on the plane to Sydney, and I'm like, shit, what do I do? Because then we can't get into the club.
Yeah, no.
Because I had no ID. And so we got to Sydney and we're like, hey, what do I do? By this time, I'm pretty sure she wanted to kill me.
Yeah, nightmare. Question that was...
the worst. So I had the idea of asking, I was like, what if I ask people that potentially look like me to borrow the ID for the night?
Yeah.
So we're walking around Sydney. I don't know what just around the CBD. And I'm trying to find somebody that I think I could approach and all this kind of stuff. And she's like, nah, this is not a good idea. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, how do we, and it's a Friday. So she's like, how do we, if I express post it, it's not going to be here by tomorrow for Saturday night. Yeah. What can we do? So anyway, I looked at private couriers and I found a courier that would get my passport or my ID to Sydney, from Melbourne to Sydney, within 8 hours, but it was going to cost me $800.
Oh,
and we stewed on it a bit, and I'm like, she's like, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. We're going to be
no, it's not.
And I'm like,
next
looking
week.
back at it now, back then I was like, yeah, you're right. This is the once in a lifetime opportunity. But looking back at it now, I was like, oh, it's not. The ticket to Sydney would have been cheaper.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I decided, yeah, let's do it.
Oh.
And at that time, I got someone I had to organise. I was on the phone organising someone to post it to this particular location, to this private courier who was going to send it off. Anyway, long story short, 8 hours later, it rocked up at the hotel room. We went to the Ivy. It was the shittest place I've ever been.
I have a question for you, Christine.
Mm-hmm.
Flossing. Do I need to do it? Because I don't. What's the go there? Does anyone actually... Don't judge me, but does anyone floss? Is everyone doing it and I don't know?
Yes. Actually yesterday I got a message on my Instagram saying, I'm flossing now because of all the posts that you're putting up. And it's a game changer. So I was like,
whatever I do, I don't know if I'm just doing it wrong, but it flicks up and it gets my gums and then it hurts my gums.
Yeah, so you got to be gentle. You got to do a little seesaw gentle. You can get those little floss sticks that make it really easy to just get in there. But yeah, you do need to floss, because if you think you're brushing, but you don't brush in between the teeth, and that's where all the holes start, in between the teeth.
On our Instagram page, Drink with Owen, we're asking people to send in some questions that we can ask our guests. This one came in a while ago that I've been saving from Jamie. So it's, if in the future they can make a robot who looks exactly like your wife or husband, and you sleep with the robot, is that classed as cheating?
I think yes, if they're doing it to me. But no, if they're sleeping, not the robot. If my partner's sleeping with the robot, yes.
Yeah.
If I'm sleeping with the robot, no.
No.
I don't know. No, I don't. No, it's cheating. No.
Okay.
It's a different hole. It's cheating.
Oh, fucking hell.
Is that not okay?
You have been sharing a lot of tips with us today, but have you got any other advice? There's like one sort of tip you always give people, maybe to do with a hangover, maybe to do with teeth? I don't know. What have you got for us?
So this is a piece of advice that was given to me when I first started dental school, and I've never forgotten it. So if after a night, so I'm the kind of drinker that I won't, I have to vomit it out. So I'll always throw up. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'll always be the one throwing up in the corner. That's me.
Yes, yes.
A hot tip is I know that those of you who vomit are tempted to really brush your teeth. I know oral health is your first priority when that happens. But if you brush your teeth after you've just vomited, you're actually brushing away your tooth structure. Because when the acidity, like your stomach acid, sits on the teeth, the tooth surface becomes soft. And so if you're brushing straight after you vomit, you're actually brushing your tooth structure away.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so if you vomit, don't brush your teeth, have some water. And if you can wait like half an hour to brush your teeth, otherwise probably not. If you've just vomited, you're probably just, going to pass out. But yeah, don't reach for your toothbrush after you've vomited.
So, that bell there is Last Drinks. This is where you tell us a fun story, a fun fact, anecdote, something strong to finish our chat on. Christine, go. Okay,
so in the 90s, and again, this is a story told to me by a teacher, and I looked it up, it's real. In the 90s, a guy escaped out of jail using dental floss. So what he did was he bought like 100 packets of dental floss from the whatever place you buy stuff in jail.
Yeah.
And he threaded it all together and braided it. And then he tried it once and he got caught and they were like, oh, what are you doing? And they threw his dental floss away. Then he tried it again. And what he did was he braided the dental floss into this really like long piece of rope. And then he attached a battery to it. And then he kept the battery on his side to anchor down the floss. Yeah. And then, left it on the other side. So he climbs the fence and then lets himself
floss
down. Yeah.
And a battery, like what? Like an AA?
Yeah. So I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not sure what kind of battery he used. He threw the battery up as an anchor, climbed it, and then jumped over the fence. And he was out. He got out of jail for I think it was something like 40 days. They couldn't find him, and they ended up putting him back into jail. But yeah, dental floss. There
it is. Dental floss was good for something.
Yeah.
So that does bring us to the end of the chat. This Milo, I'm not going to lie, has been gross because it's not warm, it's not cold. I don't know what it is, but I've been struggling to finish it.
I think you should put it in the microwave. I've never.
That, did you? You're like, yeah, Milo. I was like, ooh, fresh cold Milo, and it's just warm water and a bit of milk.
It's in between. It's not quite hot, not quite cold.
If anyone watches this and knows how to make Milo, can you please let me know in the comments so maybe we can make a better one? Or come on, we'll have to get you back on the show.
This is the way I like to drink it, okay?
To make it. All right, thank you very much, Christine. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you later.
Thanks for having me.